Well, they made their rocks that way. They sold to the guy, and he was really happy. And then Reed was taking the rocks around, just driving around, and people were just like amazed with the real rocks in the back of his truck. But they soon found out it was the Ford that gave it the capability. Now, if we did that in your Dodge, they're not going to.
All right. As far as bridging any of these gaps, just like this in a horribly wide gap, it'll bridge a little farther than this. But what you're going to want to do, get a piece of mud in your hand and just kind of bring it to a patty, like that.
About 3/4.
Yeah, and then just slap it on there, rub in the edges.
The key is to rub in the edges and feather it, taper it, if you will, and smear it in. It really makes a good bond. In fact, a plat.
Yeah, pretty much I do that most of the way.
Here, let me see.
It works fast and clean.
Okay.
Yeah, what I'll usually try doing with these lips, because we don't, round edges look a little more like a, yeah, exactly, just kind of.
What I'm doing here is this side,
We're going to clean it up with a grinder, but this is just eliminating.
this side I've smeared in. This side hasn't been. This side will be better laminate. This side is a cold joint, believe it or not. It can come off. Water can get in there if it was like this, and it can cause delamination. So that's why it's really important to smooth that into the rock, into the edge, all the way around. So you're taking to put your hands in elephant shit? Because I would have never known what elephant stuff felt like. Myself, personally. John, would you? Want?
Yeah, I seen that too. I love that shit.
I did too.
Scar, speak about the queerness of that one overhanging lip that needs to be dealt.
Oh, this right here? Oh, yeah, what we try to doing if there's a lip that we didn't grind that's overhanging a little.
You usually grind it.
Yeah, usually we'll end up grinding it, but this is a good example, really. Yeah, exactly. When you get into it, you'll start noticing it's going to take a little more mud. What you're going to have to do is get it here and just kind of feather it back down, so it's a little more natural like this one over here does. And another thing too, like this is an exposed grind edge right here. You're going to want to probably bridge those in between so you don't see straight lines. Right. And we can eliminate that more in grinding, but we're all about saving grinding time because it's kind of unbearable.
Yeah, like so I didn't see both the edges.
Exactly. Yeah, you kind of want to make it look like your own edge. Exactly. And as you guys go on and do this more and more, you'll notice that your money's going to turn a lot cleaner. So that's a lot less messiness on the rock. Like right now, honestly, you guys are all just getting into this, but it's all really messy.
Yeah.
You'll end up putting the mud on, and it'll be really clean, and it won't be much.
I won't be trying to hold on my mud. My hand will just come down and be a little cleaner with it.
Well, Reed and Nick, did your rock not look just like this? It was just this messy, wasn't it?
It was messier, probably.
Yeah.
Came out all right, huh?
Yep. It'll come out nice.
But it's a lot of grinding.
Yeah. Saving time in grinding, man, that's golden. It really is.
But grinding saves your ass.
Yeah, if it messed up, even if someone came back to a job and you saw someone slathered something horribly, grinding will bring it back.
So we're going to
Take that.
Yeah,
That's in the next advanced class that we're holding next week if you guys want to.
We're going to come back with a paintbrush.
I mean now.
Oh yeah, we're going to come back with a paintbrush. It's going to come out really smooth. There's going to be some fibers showing through, but after this dries up tomorrow, you hit it with a torch, the fibers just disappear.
Yeah. Okay. I was just talking about the messiness. We're not going to, with our hands, right this second, we're not going to eliminate fibers.
Well,
Not terribly.
We can get
like this right here is the area I just did, and it's pretty clean. And as far as a lot of the mess comes from like when you're rubbing it in.
Scar, come show Brandon how to do this right here, because this is kind of a troubled area.
Oh.
And try and be from the side. Try and address it from the side a little bit, Sky.
Like right here?
Yeah, those two. Because I'm trying to shoot you doing it. I like the patties, man.
You like those?
Patties are nice.
So now we got our patty in.
Like about like a hamburger patty, like a grilled hamburger
About
patty.
3/4 of an inch to an inch, yeah.
If you can't sharpen some of the edges, so this looks a little better. Pretty much of that. You want me to just?
No, let Brandon do it now.
Yeah.
Because he was doing it a different way. Make, yeah.
Yeah, usually what I'll do is I'll just keep both my hands clear so you can use them both. Get a patty in one of your hands, slap it in, and form it. That's not looking too bad.
How'd you guys do your top? Did you submerge the pipe, or did you just leave it right on top?
I just did the exact same thing.
Right, like you're doing?
We used 4 inch.
Oh, and then you ran a pipe inside of that.
We had 4 inch so that the 2 inch would come up and then it'd disperse and that way it went your way.
Right.
So
Right. So you had a water head on top. You had a head
Yeah.
of water on top of your pipe.
How thick was your 4 inch then?
How deep you mean?
Deep, right.
8 inches?
That's important. That does make a lot better. This, when you turn it on, is going to be a cylinder jet. And it won't really do what you're looking. You're looking for a natural looking plume.
Yeah.
You know, because most of the bubbler rocks I see in nature. No.
Yeah, you always see those.
Yeah.
So you're saying you'd have an 8 inch, and then the 2 inch coming from the bottom?
Well, we got about 3 inches on that, and it breaks that. It gives you just enough head on there to disperse that.
Yeah, I think I used a 2 inch on mine or 1.5 inches. 1.25 is a little small, especially for.
Well, it depends. Yeah, this side.
This rock's is pretty big. They should have a pretty sizable plume on them. Mine weren't even this big.
You have to carve yourself a Easter Island head.
My wife wants one of those. I've had an image of that up on my board for the last 2 years. I want to make one.
Ponytail and glasses.
Well, you know you can get a tequila with that, with one of those figures. Did you know that?
I didn't.
I got it at the liquor store. I went, oh wow, from Easter Island. The lady's going, what? I said, no, there's tons of these on Easter Island. What do you mean Easter Island?
Yeah, no, nothing about it. You know where the bunny is?
She goes, really? Really? I said, well, okay, read it. But really, it gives you a three-dimensional.
Sure. I want to make one about like this tall.
Yeah. Oh, is that all?
Yeah, not really big.
About 20 feet.
Oh yeah, well.
To really get into it.
Got to overpower my yard though, you know.
Oh yeah, look at mine.
So, even though you have to cut the texture,
There you go. Yeah, match the middle, match the
Still in there, but over there.
exactly.
I only send things out of here we have because of customers. Even the back stuff.
I wonder if this, can you incorporate like, you see like little hand turnovers, small trowels and stuff?
You really? Well, you could, yes, you could. Believe it or not, grinding.
You get to kind of pinch on there.
See, if you get a bucket of water and you keep your hands clean, you can.
Guys kind of lets it slide more. And,
Sure. This gets to where it just drags mud. Hey, you guys, when you're doing this, a lot of times it's like when you're using a trowel. You wash the trowel in your hand into water, come back here, oh, it's a slide, and you can really crisp up your edge that way. Smooth out your mud. Yeah, well, your hands are your trowel right now, and they're all gummed up. And then you be clean. Sure. Try that out.
Because they have the weight of the water in that too.
Yeah, in a 5 gallon.
So, but you start with a 2 inch?
So you just reduce down to your manifold to the 2 inch and send it.
And
So this is the exact same product that the panel.
Exactly.
Two rock and then one.